Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to the last flip through of January 2019. I do believe we left off here because the next few pages are about my husband's health saga. So on this day here, it was a Monday, and we took a road trip up to the Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville. And yeah, so I thought this was really kind of funny. When we went into the restroom at the hotel room, they had embossed toilet paper, so I had to rip it off and stick it in there. Oh my goodness. And then this is a map of the area, and I turned this page into a pocket, into a big pocket, because if you've been following lately, I've kind of turned my altered composition book into more of a junk journal. So lots of tucks and pockets and tags, and I really do find it a lot easier to work in it this way because I can kind of design the page first and then do all my journaling later separately. And it really helps too because my book is super duper thick. So it gets hard to, or more difficult to write, especially on the left side of the page. So I had to save this, was a little note to the Jims from Big Handsome before we left, telling him he loved them. And yes, when we got up there, it was 40 degrees, which is very cold to us. And so I was in need of coffee. And yeah, when we got to the hotel, I was looking around for like a coffee bar, which they usually have, especially on a cold day, and I didn't find one, right? So I guess I could have easily just gone up to my room and made a cup of coffee. But I went searching for a coffee bar and then asked the guy in the bar, do you have a cup of coffee? He said, oh, sure. So when I went to go, he said, give me like 10 minutes. It'll be ready. I said, oh, great. Fabulous. So I went back, got my coffee, and he charged me. I mean, I wish you would have said that, yeah, sure, I can make you a cup of coffee for $3. I would have gone up to my room. Anyway. Then this here, let's see. Yeah, this is the beginning. We packed up everything and took the dogs off to the groomer. And then when we got to the groomer, she wasn't there because I had failed to tell her what time we were coming. Yeah, got it all straightened out. Beauty Queen was home this day because it was Martin Luther King Day. And so she was able to take them later on, so that was a huge help to us. And then on here, I just put some faith-based washi tape. This is from a calendar, and that was that. In here, this is like the little, key card holder thing that the hotel gives you. So I, of course, keep everything, including my tea bag that I used. Yeah, even when I got to the room after my $3 cup of coffee, I was still freezing. So I went ahead and made some tea. And then what's on here? Yes, I do enjoy the manager's reception that they have at the hotel. So anyhow, and then this talks about how we finally got on the road. It wasn't that bad of a drive at all. It was very uneventful, which was great. And yeah, I just put this on a big piece of scrapbook paper, added a notepad paper, and did my journaling. So there's that. Okay, there's that. Okay, then this day was my husband's actual appointment at the Mayo Clinic. It was, for a trip to the hospital, it was a really great experience. The Mayo Clinic is absolutely fabulous. The doctor was just wonderful. If I could clone him and have him be my GP, I would, because he is really just one in a million. And I think you saw some of these pages too. So I made the Mayo Clinic pamphlet into a giant pocket. This is our little courtesy parking ticket with the doctor's business card and whatnot. And this is an explanation that my husband sent out to the family, and I just photocopied, the whole thing onto a piece of food coloring dyed paper and then stuck a little rosette on there. So that's that. And then you've seen some of these. These are like the doctor's notes that he took. I'm really sorry for the background noise. My family needs clean clothing. Then my husband had another test later that day, so we had some time to kill. And so instead of going back to the hotel, which I think we ended up doing anyway, We went to IKEA because we've never been there before, and I had always really wanted to go. I've heard how great it was. In all honesty, wasn't too impressed. It's just, you know, not my thing. So yeah. I just I don't know. You know, like if you're in the market, oh, here I wrote about all my journaling on the back here. And, you know, if you're in the market for, you know, nice furniture that's inexpensive, then by all means, hit up IKEA. We also went to Hobby Lobby and I found some Tim Holtz on sale and some trim on sale. So that was nice. I really don't care for Hobby Lobby too much. It's probably because I don't shop there very often. And yes, I am still on my no spend for the year because, and I did, even though I purchased items, I used a gift card. So still on the no spend. Okay, then this here's another map because we were on our way home. Luckily, my husband had taken off the whole week because we didn't know how long we'd have to stay in Jacksonville. And yeah, we left on a Monday and we drove back Wednesday. So there was that. When we got home, it was time for my stitches to be removed. So yes, these are my actual stitches. I had, I don't know, like two in my hand and 3 in my back, and Dr. Big Handsome removed those for me. Yeah, nothing is sacred in this book. Like, I put everything in it. So then this here talks about the KonMari thing. I'm not into it, but my daughter was. So she like made us watch the tidying up thing on Netflix. So we watched the first episode, and yeah, my husband and I were just like rolling our eyes at each other through the whole thing, but whatever. Whatever works, right? I mean, in our family, in our house, my husband and I are not clutter bugs, you know, like we don't have a lot of clutter. My daughter's a different story. And of course, when you're, you know, an adult living in one room versus an entire house, you know, I mean, your stuff takes up a lot of room. So that evening, she wanted me to help her KonMari, or KonMari, however you say it, her closet. So yeah, she ended up getting rid of like some 3 bags of stuff. So this talks about when we packed up and got ready to head home, and this was what I was working on crochet-wise, the ripple blanket for my daughter. And then, oh yes, when we got home, I had to clean the oven because my daughter said she had tried to cook dinner the night before and like it started smoking. Oh yes, so why she didn't clean it is beyond me, but yeah. So I got it done when we got home. And we just unpacked and relaxed and all of that. Oh, I forgot to tell you too, with my husband's health saga, he did get a diagnosis and he has something called, let me see, centrally mediated abdominal pain syndrome. So it was super nice to hear the words, this is what you have and this is how we treat it. So he is now on medication. He's going through the whole getting used to the medication, and they're upping his dosages or dosing, and they're trying to figure out the right, you know, a happy medium for him. So then on this day here, my husband ended up taking the rest of the week off work, which was good because, you know, he needed to get his body needed to get kind of acclimated to the medication. So I just made a pocket here, my normal thing. I stitched it first, then glued it in, scrapbook paper behind, yeah. And let's see. And then these are just note papers that I glue together and then do my journaling on them. I like journaling with lines, so there's that. So yes, a cold front was coming in. It was cloudy and rainy all day. Let me see. Okay, this was the day my washer wasn't working right. And so before we decided to call like a repairman, I said, no, dear. Let's hit up YouTube, see what's going on. There's a YouTube video for just about everything. So we searched YouTube for Whirlpool, you know, washers, found out that the screen from the cold valve intake thing or whatever it's called was blocked. So yes, now, as you can hear in my background, my washer's working just fine. Let's see. Oh yeah, we also, I think this day we went to go pick up the pups. My groomer didn't have time to groom them or bathe them because we got home earlier than expected. So they were stinky. Woo! So yeah, before they got their pup stink all over my furniture, I had to throw them in the bath. And okay, and then this night I caught one of Brooke's whole live sessions, which is rare. I usually pop in and out. Yeah, her lives are so much fun. I'll be sure to leave her link below. That's Recreations by Brooke. And yep. Okay, and then I recently picked up watching Grey's Anatomy again. Probably not the best decision in the world because I just end up staying up binge watching. Okay, this was just like a color explosion. Let's just call it that, right? So this flower here was inspired by a friend, Annette, on a different journaling group. It's called Creative Journaling. I'll leave the link below. This here was just a practice writing on a piece of acetate with chalk markers. They were Versa chalk markers. Gotta be honest, not a fan, but you know, anyway, that was that. This here, I got a lot of comments on this right here. What I did was I took a piece of fabric, ruffled it, and sewed it along the middle, you know, to make a ruffle. And then I just folded it over this. This is actually a cover to the notepad that I use, so a piece of packaging, and then I did my journaling on the back. Yeah, Big Handsome's feeling weird from the meds. He's just gonna have to get used to them. This day I ordered Brooke's date stickers. Love them. Yep, worked in my Phobo, all that jazz. Let's see. This was, and you guys have seen this too. This is a piece of packaging as well that I utilized and made some smush paper on it and did my journaling. Let's see. Yes, this is the day that I played with the chalk markers because I was going to be doing some lettering in Beauty Queen's classroom. Yep. So there's that. Here's a cute little cluster from a Happy Mail. Super sweet. And then this right here, you can tell it came all the way from Australia. Yes, I got some Happy Mail from my sweet sister Karen. And beautiful card. And then she sends me the first day of issue stamps, and this was for the Chinese New Year. Yes, the Year of the Pig. So these are just beautiful. She's so sweet. I woke up really, really late this day for me. Yeah, my sleeping patterns are just like all weird. And it was rainy and it was cool. Same thing here. This is actually paper from Karen that I had gotten a while ago. I just take two of them and stick them back to back so that I have one whole sheet of decorated front and back paper. And then I sewed around it just for decoration. So yeah, I just did a whole lot of washing today because now that my washer was fixed, I was able to do it in a jiff. Yep, same old. Big Handsome still trying to adjust. Yep, talking about Karen and how we still keep in touch. Even though I miss her immensely on the groups, we still keep in touch through messaging. This is actually a piece of trim I just glued on. This is some of the Hobby Lobby trim. I love it. I love pink and green together. So this here is another piece of paper that I've had in my stash from Karen because it has all these cute little Australian animals on it. And I did not do anything on the back. This is actually a photocopy of a piece of fabric I had received in an order from Amore Fabrique, Selena. And I had shared that with you a while back. Like, try if you can, you know, it's a good idea to scan in like everything, I guess. So you can have it in your computer. You can use it as decorative paper, use it for tags, use it for anything, you know, before you cut it up and use it in a particular project. So another cold front was coming in. Yeah, poor Big Handsome. He was feeling really bad and he was in a lot of pain this day. Oh yeah, and this night we were actually all home at the same time, which is like a miracle. I think my daughter's boyfriend was out of town for training, so it was just a rare occasion that all of us were home, so we had a movie night. This right here is from a Happy Mail that I received. Let's see. This was on Monday. Okay, I know. Okay, yes, I was under pressure. So the day started out okay, and then, yeah, woke to temps in the low 50s, so I did not go for a walk that day. I did film and upload a ramble session. Oh, and I made 2 sheets of collage paper that I put as a PDF on the Fauxbonichi, etc. group for people to use. And it was Momo's birthday today, and Mama and Papa were coming in on Sunday. Then this day, my husband came home to let us all know that he was being laid off from work. So, yeah, that was quite the news for the day. Surprising, a bit devastating to hear, but, you know, the Lord has his timing. That's all I can say, and we're trusting in him. And yeah, it was pretty not a great day because, you know, I mean, my husband's worked for that. He has literally, I think, worked out there since he was probably 18 or something, maybe older. Anyway, he's been out there probably over 30 years. He's been with the company for almost 20 years, and somebody had given him a heads up. And yeah, so yeah, that's just all I have to say about that. It was a rough day, and then this is the actual day that he was laid off, and the guy that came in to tell him that he was laid off actually had tears in his eyes. And I know, like, I put on, I think on when I put the page on the group site, you know, I had put that he was in tears. My husband was not in tears. My husband was actually consoling everyone else that was in tears. Like, I mean, it came as a shock to a lot of people out there. So yeah, this is how I was feeling. These are, you know, everything on this page here. So then this page, I forgot to do my journaling for this page, but this day I kind of, you know, caught my breath, was counting our blessings, and so I just need to put that journaling in here. I actually photocopied, I got the song Count Your Blessings from online, and I photocopied it onto a piece of scrap paper that I then used for the pocket, right? And this is just a little journaling card with what was going on this day, January 30th, from my Jesus Calling book. And it was just, yeah, perfect for that day. You know, the Lord works in mysterious ways. He knows everything we're going through. There, you know, I have no need to worry, and things will go okay. I am sure of it. And then here was the 31st, which I did not do. And that, my dears, is the end of January. And then this is the beginning of my February, which you will see in another flip through. So yes, that's the end of this book, or this month. And this is how thick it got. Oh my word. Yes. I love it though. I really do. So thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and I hope y'all have a fabulous rest of your day and a great week, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.